Hi students, today's our topic is biochemical characterization of transforming principle. Biochemical characterization of transforming principle. Before going to the biochemical characterization of transforming principle, first of all we need to know, we can revise the Griffith transforming principle. Griffith transforming principle. Already we studied, so just we can recall the Griffith transforming principle. So what are the strains selected by the Griffith? The bacterial strains Streptococcus pneumonia. It is a bacterial strain, bacteria. So this bacteria cause pneumonia disorder in the mammals or animals, especially human being. And he selected the experimental animal mice. Mice he selected. And then what he did? He selected two types of Streptococcus pneumonia bacteria. One is S strain, as you know, S strain, and R strain. S strain is also called as a smooth strain. Smooth strain because it is covered by the polysaccharide coat. Polysaccharide coat capsule. Polysaccharide capsule is covered by this strain. Then it is this smooth strain is a virulent. It is a pathogenic. So coming to the R strain is a rough strain. It is a non-virulent and non-pathogenic. Non-virulent and non-pathogenic. R strain. And he injected the S strain into the maize. S strain is infected or injected to the maize. Then the maize is died. Because it is a virulent. And then next R strain is injected. To maize. Then maize is alive because this is R strain is a non-virulent. It is non-pathogenic to the organism. Like the two strains are injected to the maize, then S strain is injected, maize died. R strain is injected, maize is alive. And next case, in next step, second case, this one, in third case, heat killed S strain is injected to maize. Then what happened? Maize is alive. When heat is when this S strain of the is heated, then the polysaccharide coat is destroyed. But genetic material is not destroyed. Such kind of temperature we are not using to destroy the genetic material. Whatever the temperature we are using here, it destroy only the polysaccharide coat of the S strain. Because of that, it is losing virulent character, and then it is not showing any pathogenic character in the maize, then the maize is alive. But DNA of this strain is not destroyed, or genetic material of this heat kill strain is not killed or not degenerated. And next step, heat killed S strain along with R strain. The mixture of the heat kill S strain and R strain, normal R strain and heat kill S strain is injected to maize, then maize is died. When we separately injected the S strain, it is alive. When we separately injected to the R strain, the maize is also alive. But mixture of these two is injected to maize, the maize is died, because the genetic material, whatever it is present in the S strain, the genetic material of the S strain enable to R strain, it enter into the R strain. The heat kill S strain genetic material is transformed into the or enter into the R strain to enable to synthesize a polysaccharide capsule around the R strain, then it converted as a S strain. Then it is converted as a S strain. So the genetic material transform the character of the R strain. Transform the character of the R strain by entering in it and enable this R strain to convert as a S strain by making some capsule, polysaccharide capsule coat. Then this R strain killed the maize. Because of that virulent nature, this maize is died. This is called it as a Griffith transforming principle. Griffith transforming principle. But he did not explain what is the material involved in the heat kill strain and what is the material involved in the transforming principle. He is not explained that. Griffith is not explained, and practically he was not proved what is the material present in this to convert this R strain as a S strain. All the scientists thought that is a protein. That was a protein. But this transforming principle, whatever it is shown, is not proved what is that material, whether it is a protein or DNA or RNA. By this biochemical characterization of the transforming principle, scientists proved what is that material, whether it is a protein or RNA or DNA. So by this experiment, the material, whatever it is involved in the transforming principle, is explained practically and proved what is that. Let us see the biochemical characterization of transforming principle. In 1944, Oswald T. Avery, Colin McLeod and McCarty explained the biochemical characterization of transforming principle, practically proved. Earlier to this experiment, whatever material used for the transformation of R strain as a S strain that was thought to be protein. That is a protein. The material is a protein involved in the transformation of R strain as a S strain. But these scientists proved what is that. So they have taken the experimental material. Here they have taken the bacteria, they have taken the same bacteria, but they have not taken mice. Mice is not taken. The mice is a mammal, it is not taken. Here they conducted the experiment in vitro condition. In vitro condition means in test tube. In test tube they have taken the bacterial strains, S strain or whatever it is, and in vitro condition, in test tube they did. Very, very important point. In vitro condition, Oswald T. Overy, Colin McLeod, Maclean McCarthy practically used the in vitro condition, practically used bacterial culture in vitro condition. And also they developed some chemicals, protein digesting enzyme, that is a protease, DNA digesting enzyme, that is a DNase, and RNA digesting enzyme, RNase. Then what are the uses of these protein digesting enzyme, DNA digesting enzyme, RNA digesting enzyme? When they use this protein digesting enzyme, protease, the protein is degraded. DNA digesting enzyme is used. DNA is used. Then DNA is degraded. DNA can't be seen in the material because of this DNA digesting enzyme, that is degenerated. RNA digesting enzyme, RNA is degenerated. Like these three chemicals are developed by these three scientists before going to this experiment. So what is the reason for that? We'll come to know what is that. Next they purify the materials, they purified the biochemicals, they purified biochemicals from heat killed S strain. Those are the purified biochemicals are proteins, DNA, RNA. So they purified the biochemicals from the heat killed S strain and collected the protein from the heat killed S strain, DNA from the S strain, and RNA from the S strain. Three chemicals are extracted from the heat kill X strain and separately he put into the test tube, different test tubes. In one test tube he has taken protein, one protein and protein and R strain and protease enzyme. In one test tube what they have taken? Proteins of the heat kill S strain plus R strain and proteases taken. That protein digesting enzyme is taken, and the proteins from the heat killed estrine. Heat killed estrine. Heat killed estrine is taken and he mixed in the test tube. Then what happened? Then what they find? Finally, they found that because of the protease enzyme, this protein is digested. And then and also here heat kill estrine is added. Heat kill estrine and protein and R strain and proteases. So because of this proteases, the protein is digested, even though the R strain is modified, transformed as a estrine. Means here protein is not responsible for the conversion of R strain as a estrine. Even the absence of protein also, this R strain is converted as a estrine. That was proved by this step. And then in next step what they have taken? They have taken heat kill estrine, RNase and R strain cells. R strain cells, heat kill estrine cells, RNase they have taken in the test tube. So what they have taken? Heat killed estrine plus R strain and RNase they have taken. When the RNase is present in this culture medium in test tube, the RNase kill the RNA of the estrine. Kill the RNA of the estrine or degenerate the RNA of the estrine. Because of that, RNA is degenerated. Even though the R strain is converted as a estrine. That means RNA is not responsible for the conversion of, not involved in the transforming principle. So that RNA is not a transforming material. RNA is not a genetic material which involved in the transformation of R strain as a estrine. Now, in third test tube what they have taken? In third test tube they have taken estrine of the heat kill and DNase and R strain. They have taken. So what happened? Heat kill estrine, R strain and DNase they have taken now. Then what happened here? So this DNase digests the DNA of this estrine, purified DNA, whatever it is present in the heat kill estrine. Then R strain is, what happens in the R strain now? So because of the absence of the DNA, because of the absence of the DNA by the DNase enzyme, this R strain is not converted as a estrine. That is even in the R strain condition only. It is not converted the R strain as a estrine. That means transformation not done here. That means RNA is R strain is not converted as a S strain. That means we can confirm that presence of DNA only the transformation taken place. Presence of the DNA only the transformation taken place. By this experiment they prove that R strain is converted as a S strain by the presence of DNA only. So the DNA is a genetic material. DNA is a genetic material. So such a way the Griffith transforming principle was experimentally proved by the Maclean, McCarthy, Colin McLeod and Oswald Avery. Practically they proved. So the Griffith transforming principle was practically explained by this scientist and confirmed as the DNA is a material which involved in the transformation of RNA as a R strain as a S strain. It is practically confirmed and proved. Let us see the brief flow chart. Heat kill a strain cell, homogenized and purified, and collected the DNA, RNA and some molecule present in this. So purified extract treated with the purified extract of the S strain is treated with the proteases, DNA, RNase, DNase, no enzyme. No enzyme is added. So then what happened? When protease is added, the molecule present in the DNA, RNA of the heat kill S strain added to ultra of R strain, added to the ultra of R strain is added. So then this R strain is converted as a become S strain. It becomes S strain even in the presence of the proteases. Then protein is not responsible for the transformation. Even the absence of the protein, the transformation takes place. Now the RNase is added to this culture medium. Then RNase digests the RNA so that even in the absence of the RNA, the R strain is converted as a S strain. And then DNase is used. The DNase digests the DNA present in this molecule. Then the R strain is remained in the R strain only. It is not converted. That means presence of DNA required for the transformation of R strain as a S strain. So this was confirmed by this experiment practically. No enzyme is added to this material, but S strain, it becomes S strain. The R strain converted as a S strain. So that by above chart we can conclude that DNA is a genetic material which is involved in the transformation of R strain as a S strain. So the above experiment proved that DNA is a genetic material. That was confirmed by the Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase in 1952. It is practically proved by the Alfred Arsha and Martha Chase in 1952. The genetic material is a DNA. The genetic material is a DNA. For that purpose, he has taken the experimental material bacteriophages. He has taken the bacteriophages. So this is a bacteriophage. So this is a head, neck, tail. There are three parts are present. So inside the bacterial phase, what is present? DNA is present. DNA is present. So DNA is I indicated with the red color, then blue color indicate the capsid coat. Capsid coat. It is a protein containing material. It is a protein coat. It is called as a capsomere. Capsomere. That means inside the capsomere DNA is present. So this is a protein coat. This is made up of with the protein. This entire structure is made up of with the protein. Only the genetic material inside the genetic material, it is a DNA. Now he has taken this bacteriophages for his experiment. What is the role, what is the function of this bacteriophage? Actually, the bacteriophages are the viruses. So these are infected to bacteria. These are infected to bacteria and synthesize many copies of the virus particle. For example, this is a bacteria. When it is infected to the bacteria, when this bacteriophage is infected to the bacteria, it inject the genetic material into this, and then it multiply into the many copies in bacterial cells, because bacteria are able to divide into the many copies, and then this bacteria thinks that the genetic material which is injected into the bacterial cell by the infection of the bacteriophages, that think that is its own genetic material, and it multiplies and form the many viral genetic material. And because of that viral genetic materials are, when this bursts and releases the viral particle and form the many bacteriophages. So that is the character of the bacteriophages. Bacteriophages depends on the bacteria for their multiplication or replication of their population. So that is the character of the bacteriophage. And these two scientists proved that the material, whatever it is, enter into this bacterial cell, whether it is DNA or protein, but that means they have both the material, protein and DNA material. Then whatever it is enter into this bacterial cell, whether it is a DNA or protein. So that was proved by the Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase. For that they have taken, he has taken two culture mediums, one which contain the radioactive sulfur, one which contain the radioactive phosphorus. In this, he has taken the bacteriophages. In this culture medium, which has one which has a radioactive sulfur and one which has a radioactive phosphorus. So whatever the radioactive phosphorus is taken in the culture medium, this radioactive phosphorus is incorporated in the structure of the bacteriophages. That means the bacteriophage, whatever cultured in the radioactive phosphorus, the radioactive phosphorus character is incorporated into the DNA of the bacteriophages, because phosphorus is present in the DNA. Because already we studied phosphorus is one of the component of the DNA. So the phosphorus is incorporated with this radioactive phosphorus, and radioactive phosphorus. Then the bacteriophages has, in this bacteriophage, this radioactive phosphorus is present in the DNA. What is cultured in the radioactive phosphorus culture medium? Then next, the bacteriophages, whatever cultured in the radioactive sulfur, the sulfur is, radioactive sulfur is incorporated into the coat of the protein coat of the bacteriophages. Because radioactivity is seen in the this coat, because in this protein coat sulfur is present. This sulfur is replaced with the radioactive sulfur. That means radioactivity is seen in the protein coat of the bacteriophage. That is not in the DNA, because DNA doesn't have the protein sulfur. DNA doesn't have this sulfur. So like this, they culture the bacteriophages in different culture medium. The one is radioactive sulfur and radioactive phosphorus. Now these bacteriophages are taken into the experiment to prove the material whatever it is entered into the bacteria, whether it is a DNA or protein. So let us see that. Now the bacteriophages, whatever the cultured in the sulfur 35, radioactive sulfur 35, those bacteriophages are here. I mentioned the radioactivity by the red color, and I mentioned the material which is inside this protein coat, that is a DNA actually, that is in blue color. In this case, radioactivity is mentioned by the red color. So now this protein coat has a radioactive sulfur, because it has a sulfur. Sulfur is not in the DNA. And radioactive phosphorus 32 containing bacteriophages I have taken here, whatever it is cultured in the culture medium. So the radioactivity is seen in the DNA of this bacteriophages, because phosphorus is present in the DNA, not in the protein coat. Then these two bacteriophages are allowed for the infection to the bacteria. So these two bacteria are allowed for the infection to bacteria. Now the bacteriophages are infected to bacteria. This is a bacteria, and they inject their material into the bacteria. Here also they injected their material into the bacteria. The blue color material is injected here. The red color material is injected here. That is called as an infection. Then after this, these bacteriophages are taken and blended in the test tube and separated these coats. Protein coats are separated. Separated by the blending. Now the protein coats are separated, and only the bacteria contains some material inside the bacteria in both the cases. Now this bacteriophages along with the bacteria is allowed to the centrifugation and separated the virus particles from the bacteria by the centrifugation process. In this centrifugation, the virus particle and bacteria are separated, and they found that in this culture medium, whatever the bacteria are separated here, the supernatant whatever it is present in the centrifugation test tube. By the centrifugation, the radioactivity is detected in the supernatant. That means outside the cells, whatever those are present outside the cells, outside the bacterial cell, whatever the bacterial material, virus materials are present, in that the radioactivity is seen. In case of this, in centrifugation, radioactivity is seen inside the bacteria. Radioactivity is seen inside the bacteria, not in the supernatant material which is present, which contain the coats of the virus, bacteriophage virus coats. So already, as we know, that radioactive phosphorus is seen in the DNA only, not in the protein coat. So that we can confirm that the material, whatever it is entered into the bacterial cell, in this case is a DNA, because it has a radioactive phosphorus. That confirm that the material, whatever it is entered into this bacterial cell, that is a DNA. So here the material, whatever it is entered into the bacterial cell, also it is a DNA, because it has no radioactivity. Radioactivity, where it is seen? On the separated virus coated material. Radioactivity of the sulfur is seen in the coats of the bacteriophages. That means the radioactive sulfur is present in the protein coats, not in the DNA of the bacteriophages. That means the material, whatever it is infected to the bacteria from the bacteriophages, that is a DNA. And finally confirmed by these two scientists, it is a DNA. The DNA is a genetic material involved in the transformation of the bacterial cells. And finally it is concluded.